You know, with Money in the Bank happening in a few weeks, one of the things people have noticed with both Money in the Bank matches, and this does contain spoilers, is one Money in the Bank match has nothing but faces, baby faces if you will, and the other has nothing but heels. And this kind of confuses some people, but not particularly. You see, it's not the first time. Well, it is kind of the first time, but it's not the first time any situation like this, ladder matches or not, has occurred. When there's ever a shot at the title, things like this have happened in the past. But the question being, what exactly is going to happen with these matches? Well, some people have already estimated that we're going to have several turns during these matches, or going into these matches. Now, as far as the babyface one goes, which is the WWE title, Money in the Bank, some people feel we're going to have some superstars heading into heel turns. Well, on the other hand, you have the world title Money in the Bank, which consists of heels. And some have said you're going to be looking at some babyface turns. But the question is, who will do what? No one really knows. But speaking of the championship matches, the world title match is kind of tossed in the air because you don't know exactly what's going to happen from there. You don't know if they're going to keep the belt on Del Rio or they're going to give to Ziggler. This is the way I look at it. I'm always looking at the fact that whoever wins Money in the Bank, then you pretty much have a lock of who's going to win the championship match that Money in the Bank briefcase associates with. For example, if Dolph Ziggler, who supposedly is like a tweener face now, or tweener face going into babyface mode, wins the match, then most definitely you will have someone, of course a heel, winning it, but who would be the most logical heel to walk out with the briefcase? Who would be the most logical opponent to cash in on Ziggler? No one really knows. Then you got the WWE title match between Mark Henry and John Cena. Now, if John Cena wins, of course, as some people have said, whoever wins Money in the Bank has to go heel the night they do it. A good example of this would be Kane. Kane won the Money in the Bank briefcase. All right? He won Money in the Bank and then cashed it in the very same night on Rey Mysterio, thus slowly becoming a heel. The same could be said for any of those participants, but the two most logical choices, as people would point out, would be Orton or Daniel Bryan. That could be true. But then again, if you have Mark Henry win, then there's no doubt you'd probably have Daniel Bryan or Randy Orton win to remain a face, or somebody like that. But the question is, who is going to win? Who's going to win any of these? Now, a lot of people have agreed that the WWE title Money in the Bank match is going to be good. Probably the most unpredictable, if not unpredictable, ladder match we've had, Money in the Bank ladder match we've had. As far as the world title goes, that's kind of tossed in the air, but also predictable, if not unpredictable. See, the favorite for the world title win is Dean Ambrose. And that's not just due to IWC, YWC love for him. It's due to the fact that because of the push he's been getting, that's the most logical choice. Then, but of course you have Wade Barrett and Damian Sandow as other candidates. Maybe even Antonio Cesaro and Cody Rhodes. But the three logical choices, like I said, top choice, Ambrose. Second choice, of course, people have been saying Barrett. And then right under that would be Sandow. Then, of course, on the other end, you have the WWE title deal, and it's wide open. Of course, the most talked about winner would be Daniel Bryan. But then, of course, you got Randy Orton behind him, and then the third possible choice would be CM Punk. Again, not a bad deal. But as we have seen before, WWE can surprise us. Remember, back in 2011, we didn't think Daniel Bryan was going to win Money in the Bank, and he did. We didn't think they'd let him cash in to become world champion, and they did. So, even though we're thinking it's going to be certain individuals, that's where the unpredictability comes in, because even if you think it's predictable who's going to win, then you find out it's not as predictable as you think. And then you got the world title and WWE titles. Now, logical sense would be Ziggler could regain the title because he didn't really have a good run just yet. And that would be the logical choice. But then again, but that's kind of tossed in the air. But we'll just have to wait and see if they keep it on Del Rio or they give it to Ziggler. And then, of course, you have the WWE title match. You have the WWE title match between Mark Henry and John Cena. Now, like I say, whoever wins Money in the Bank, you'll pretty much have an idea of who might walk out here. Now, like I say, the logical choices of WWE titles Money in the Bank match, Daniel Bryan, CM Punk, Orton, and I guess you could say as a top four, you could put RVD in there. But again, whoever wins Money in the Bank, either you'll find either Mark Henry, if let's say it's the most over guy there, which is going to be between RVD and Daniel Bryan. You pretty much see one of them winning, and then possibly them challenging Mark Henry. But then again, we don't know. So, again, no one really has an idea, again, who's going to win, because that's what makes it predictable and unpredictable. But then, like I said, you got the WWE title match. Now, a lot of people think, John Cena is going to win, because pretty much it's been advertised that he's going to win. He's advertised to face Daniel Bryan at SummerSlam and whatnot and all this. But yet, do we know that? You see, the last time we thought this was going to happen with Mark Henry in this similar situation, it was Randy Orton. And we thought, oh, Randy's going to beat him at Night of Champions. And what happened? Mark Henry became World Heavyweight Champion. Caught us off guard. Surprised us. So can they do it again? Possibly. But we don't know. I mean, if they do it again, because here's how I look at it. The way you know they're going to go for the same finish as they did a couple years ago, is if John tries to go for the attitude adjustment, Mark Henry slips down, reverses it, turns it into a World's Strongest Slam, 1, 2, 3, and that's it. That's pretty much how you know they're going to do that. How they're going to give the title to Mark. But again, it also depends on who wins the Money in the Bank matches. And with one Money in the Bank match being all heels, one being all faces, it kind of throws that all into flux. But again, we cannot deny the possibilities. And again, like I said, we may think John Cena is going to win, and he just may. But WWE, whether you want to give him credit or not, knows how to pull the wool over your face, over your eyes, and basically turn the switch on you and go like, hey, you thought this, we're going to go this. You thought we're going to go in this direction, we're going to go in that direction. So I wouldn't be surprised if they do put the strap on Mark, even if it's for a month, or maybe even a day. They're going to do it. I wouldn't be surprised. So those are just my thoughts on the 2013 Money in the Bank pay-per-view. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are. Do you agree with what I had to say here? And reply if you like. Video responses are greatly appreciated. Comments are greatly appreciated. And I'll talk to you all later.